What is up, everyone? Vemian back here with Bloodborne. Today's episode, we're taking on Old Yharnam. It's gonna be really quick, so don't blink, or you'll miss it. Truly. I'm gonna run past every enemy and not fight them
You're a
because
skilled hunter, adept, merciless, half cut with blood, as the best hunters are.
of him. I was thinking Djura would not aggro me after fighting the boss. Which he does. It makes me sad. Because Djura's a pretty cool guy. I will be coming back through and getting all of the items that I don't get immediately. Just because I don't want to be gunned down. I'm not sure what I did. I've done this before and Djura did not aggro afterwards, but as long as you don't kill any enemies within his sight, pretty much this point and back, he should not aggro onto you when you go back to him. But you have to approach him from behind slowly, and like from the very first ladder you can't run, or he'll, I guess, automatically assume you're hostile. So, word to the wise. There's also another entirely different way you could do this if you get kidnapped by the Snatchers and end up in Yharnam. You could take a back way through this city and then meet Djura as well without ever going to Old Yharnam in the first place. So, but that's way too long. This is a little shortcut back to Djura. Not really that useful for this because literally just do all this in one go. We're already like at the halfway point of Old Yharnam. I know, really quick. There's another shortcut coming up. I almost get spanked right here. You can kill these guys at this point. I just didn't feel like it. I wanted to Sanic go fast. This is also a decent area to start farming for bloodstone shards. The werewolves have a pretty high, or beasts, have a pretty high chance of dropping them. I don't know if the smaller ones do, but they do decently drop blood vials. So, and here's the other shortcut. Some fire paper, a hint about what the boss is weak to, although we have our amazing hunter's torch, so it doesn't matter. Over here's an enemy and an item. OP hunter's torch. Took 2/3 of his health. Other than that, though, not much going on here. Spank. Whiff. Bye. Some of the enemies down here can cause poison buildup, specifically the beasts that have the hoods over their head, and they actually cause it pretty quickly, so word to the wise. There's also a scurrying beast. I guess I'll finally call it what it's supposed to be. Also didn't know his aggro would go so far. He follows all the way down here. Pretty pathetic fight right here. But as you can tell, bloodstone shards. I was expecting, I thought there was a hunter that was supposed to be here. Anytime I've ever come down here there is, so I don't know what went wrong, but he wasn't there for me, so I have to laugh. Didn't realize just how little damage I was doing back then. But it was only at like +3 for the weapon, so I've been doing a lot of farming lately. There's one more enemy across to the other side. These guys won't aggro unless you either get really close or, like for this one, if you go and grab the item that I'm about to grab. I do believe it's some souls. Yep. Echoes. Whatever. And now it's time for a boss spanking. I'm still determined to get this summon because I really wanted him. I mean, who doesn't want a Kirkhammer user? At least I think that's what this guy used. Or Ludwig's Holy Blade? I'm not sure. And now I'm gonna get my items ready. Pungent blood cocktails, you can use them to distract the beast for a few seconds. Good to either heal up, get a few hits in, reapply your paper, all that fun stuff. And you can just barely see him at the very end of the hallway here. BSB, Blood-Starved Beast. Weak to fire, pretty obvious for a beast. He has 3 different phases though. The first one, only his physical attacks will poison you. The second phase, I do believe he doesn't have the poison coat, but I do believe he'll like sort of shake poison onto you is what it is. I'm not sure. And then for the third phase, he also has a poison cloak. It as a distraction to keep him from hitting me as often. Lasts a pretty long time. I didn't use it effectively though, so maybe it's he just does more poison buildup. Maybe that's what it is. Should have been doing more R1s, but I kept wanting to charge. It was too long for this boss fight. I'll almost get wrecked here. Very close battle. There's also an item somewhere in here, I'm pretty sure. One behind the altar. Grab it, because I forgot. I do believe there's one near these pillars on the other side, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. Just like with most bosses, you can use pillars to cheese it. Goes into his third phase. It's a pain. Especially if he one hit and standing near him for like 2 seconds and you're guaranteed to be poisoned. Not even only 2 seconds. If you're in physical hit range, you've more than likely gotten poisoned. All in all, they're not a hard boss fight. Vicar, anyway. Expert dodges them. Too cool for school. Not expert dodges there. Little BSB. I think that's just a little. I think. But, yeah, he was just getting pissy. He wants to die. And thus begins the shh. I'm just gonna really quickly run back to the Hunter's Dream, and then we will do the full exploration of Old Yharnam. case you were wondering. No, I'm not. That even fooled me, and I edited this video. Oh well. And we're back. Not much to do. Take on the rest of the area. There's a lot you can get here. An armor set, a bunch of shards. You can get a badge from Djura, depending on how you handle the situation. The OP Hunter's Torch. I died here. I got cornered. He poked me one too many times, so I just deleted that out. As you know. I almost get wrecked again, because I'm a scrub lord. I wasn't expecting that to hit. I was scared. Senpai noticed me. Really weak at this point. Could do more damage, but oh well. Now it's just a whole bunch of backtracking. I don't think you can sneak up on this guy. Unless you've got a long weapon and then right before he aggroes you can get a charged attack off on him. Over here is, I do believe, 2 bloodstone shards. And you've got that guy that hangs out right there. He will drop once you enter right there. Oh, it's beast pellets. Okay. I do believe he can actually drop something in this fight. Which I didn't know they had. Yep, didn't know they had chances to drop beast blood pellets. But I got a couple while farming. They're really good. For beast hood, what it does is the higher your bar, you get extra damage built on that. But if you use the beast blood pellet, you can do it without using the beast claws, which is what you would normally need. But the problem with the beast blood pellet is, once it runs out, you completely lose the bar. Whereas, if you were using the beast claws, as long as you keep attacking, the thing will stay there pretty much indefinitely, unless you Hunter's Mark out or Hunter's Dream, any of that sort of things. Death, obviously. There is an item off to the left, where the alternate entrance to Old Yharnam is. I do believe it's just, again, more bloodstone shards. They're really generous with them. But I do believe at this point they expect you to be using like 17 different weapons, so if you are, here's your perfect time. Not much new. This guy I always forget about. He is here. Like I said, too many bloodstone shards. I think after this run I ended up with like 30. And I don't even know why I needed to farm. I think it was so I could have some reserves for future weapons. Which by now I actually ended up using them on stupid weapons that I don't plan on actually using, but oh well. Now it's time for Djura. Watch me make all the mistakes. We will go over there. There's a hunter that sits right there. If you don't talk to Djura, that fight becomes about 10,000 times harder because he will shoot at you pretty much the entire battlefield except for the closest area to where you walk up to him, the hunter. So, and here's Djura. I'm all like, oh, he's gonna be nice, and then he shoots. Nope. He's an a-hole. I was gonna do the just pushing off the building cheese, but I decided, why not? Let's actually fight him. I almost died. I honestly thought I would. Had that have hit me, I would have died. Djura tends to stay far back, or close up because of his weapon. So, like, I didn't take advantage of it because I thought I would get some parries in, but using the transformed axe is an amazing thing to do because it's got reach, and Djura don't. That's another thing. If you parry him, take advantage of that time from getting up to get in a few extra hits or a charged attack. I'm surprised he's not dead just from blood loss, but hey, this is Bloodborne. There he was going for the heal.
Remember one thing. You're not hunting beasts.
His little speech he gives you. So, even if you kill him, you can get his armor, so that's nice. I do believe he gives you a gesture if you talk to him. I'm not sure, because seems every time I play, he wants to kill me. Maybe one day I'll have the patience to go the Yharnam. And this guy's just an asshole, especially right after fighting Djura. I'm out of bullets pretty much. It's just a long ass fight, so I'm gonna cut most of it away. Any of you who have played this know this fight can be about 10,000 times harder when Djura's with it. He also healed. I nearly had him killed and he healed. It really pissed me off. Made the fight go horribly longer. Even though I know I healed, but you know, I'm a player character, he's just a stupid NPC. Unnamed asshole. We dropped some bone marrow ash. Doesn't make sense, but oh well. And here is the first secret area of the game. I actually never knew this was here. I always knew about the set you can get from here, but I always thought it was from where Djura was, because that's also a shortcut area to get some items, which I do believe we explore. No. Yeah, no, I did that on my own time. There's nothing major over there, just a couple, I think it's Molotovs and an Echo. Other than that, though, there's like 3 enemies over here, so I was just trying to lure them out one by one. I end up getting his attention, but I stray too close and the other 2s follow suit. So, there's quite a few enemies in here, so be cautious. Make sure you have a decent supply of healing items. Keep whiffing, because I am terrible. That chest right there contains a lame blood gem. I was hoping it would do something better. I saw them getting up, so I just bum rushed them. It's easier. And even though I saw that item, I still forgot to grab it. So, I'm done. I think it's just blood vials, so more OP Hunters towards the PvE gameplay. Gotta love it. And 2 more enemies. 3. Very persistent fuckers. Yep, 3. But this is about all there is. This was the major items. There's a few other items scattered throughout Yharnam, Old Yharnam, but they're nothing amazing. A few blood vials, probably a few shards, some antidotes. But these are all the major items. You get the rifle spear right here. I don't know why I attacked. Probably paranoid he'd jump at me. Who knows? Another note. One I've never read. And here's the Chart Hunter set. Amazing fire defense. So, I pretty much use it throughout the whole playthrough. I was just editing my armor right there. But, that wraps up this video, guys. So, peace out, homies. And, as always, have a good one. Bye-bye. Deuce is.